Welcome back to Let's Play Rune Factory Oceans. Question is, did I put the volume on correctly? And by that I mean, did I turn the volume off? Nope. Was the wrong way. Figures. Just have to check there. Who's at full blast just now?
Rune Factory.
Now, I would have forgot about this if not for the fact that I watched the previous parts today. I mean, I uploaded it, I think yesterday, but I rewatched the video today because what I do is I upload and then I watch the video as I'm uploading, but I didn't do it for the past 2 uploads I've done, one for Synoda as well, because Super Pattern's been a bit all over the place, but now I'm coming. Not a regular sleeping back, yeah. So I remember that I just, said I'd do this. Oh yeah, updates. Also completed Rune Factory 4. Finally got through Act 3. And I gotta say, the ending to Act 3 is really anticlimactic and underwhelming as all hell. It just feels kind of like, oh, what am I gonna watch? It's like, that was all of Act 3. It took me a whole in-game year. And that's the end in the game. It's like, underwhelming, man. Anyways. So, these are the, I suppose, I'm not sure if it's like the whole world that's played this game on PS3, or if it's just like within the PAL regions of the game. But these are the rankings. So you got Violet up top, followed by Sonya, Pandora, Dakota, Elena, Keen, Lily, Marilyn, James, Sierra, interesting, Joe, Electra, Bismarck. Yeah. I'm surprised that Electra is so low. Lily's also quite low as well. Damn. But compared to her sisters who are like 1 and 2, very low down, isn't she? Poor Bismarck. Nobody cared for Bismarck. Sierra, Joe, and Electra all got 3%. Bismarck only 1%. Poor guy. Now, only just like earlier today I was playing Rune Factory 4 and I finally was like, you know what, beating the main game, let's get this relationship started. It's like, because like throughout the game, like there's a percentage level for relationships. For whatever reason, the extra characters that are from different Rune Factory games, there's only 2 of them, are like level 50 something on that because they just seem to level up significantly faster than all the others. But that's right point. So the other ones, it was like, Forte was like ahead of everyone by a considerable amount, but Chlorica eventually caught up, and I was like, you know what? Why not? So, dating Chlorica in Rune Factory 4. And I think I accidentally saved over my main save file when I was supposed to save in the secondary save file. Just go back and, pick a different choice, because there's also an extra mode that I guess is for like after you get married. It has one for each character. It's such a tediously long game. I mean, I have got a second save file, so I still have to complete the Act 3 thing. So yeah, game gets pretty damn tedious. Once you've beaten Act 3, I mean, Act 3 was tedious because it's basically just like a really lengthy and brutally difficult, set of dungeons to go through. Once you get through them, they're kind of like, once you got like the right equipment, it's pretty easy. It's like this maze thing that I unlocked that has even more powerful monsters. I've been trying to get through it just once because you learn recipes in that game via recipe bread, but I'm not getting any recipes anymore, so I looked up. Recipe bread plus is what you gotta get. It's a plus version, and you only get it from like the maze. So I'm like, shit. And I try to go through it, and it just takes so long. And I always inevitably either it ends up getting too late, so I have to be like, screw it, I'm going back home. Or one of the bosses, or even some of the tough monsters will kick my ass, because my attack power is insane. I recently just got a long sword that has, you know, past the 9,000 mark on attack, and I was like, holy shit. Like, up to that point, like, I'd eventually make, after I'd beaten Act 3, I realized I had a recipe to make an even more powerful longsword, because I had to use a hammer to get through the final boss. But yeah, I got through that, and I've got like tough weapons, it's just my armor is not quite on the same level. And learning new accessories seems to be non-existent, because like my accessory crafting rank is like 98, and I can't learn anything from regular recipe breads. It's the same with forging, my forging level is 99, it's insane. And my longsword level is like 96 or 97. It's crazy, man. But anyways. So we went through all the French events, if I recall. So basically the whole daily routine is completed, except for, you know, checking all the crops and monsters. Could be tedious that they do that in Rune Factory 4 as well, because I've got like 2 fields and 4 monster barns. One of the monster barns has been, because you get 4 monsters per room you can have, but you can expand the barn. It can be expanded quite a lot, but most of expanding one barn is 4 rooms, and 2 that have 3 rooms, and 1 that's just 1 room. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about 11 rooms, I guess, or more. I don't know. And each one has filled with monsters, so 4 for each room. So yeah, I've got that many monsters I have to tend to each day, and 2 fields I have to tend to each day, and it becomes much like this game where I'm like, got too many crops. It's like, I've got pumpkins that just keep growing, green peppers that keep growing, and these melons that I needed to make this relaxed tea thing. It's like, where do you even find that? I realized you could buy it from the store. Bought it from the store, plant a few, and I just keep getting the seeds, and they just keep growing and growing. I've got so many of them now, and I haven't even used them. Ridiculous. Anyways. Oh yeah, that was to clear up space, wasn't it? Always gotta check, nonetheless. Let's go check on them crops and monsters. This game really is a downgrade compared to Fact 4, even though, you know, this game before that, when it comes to monsters, you know, you don't really get to have as much monsters, but you know, at least it isn't as cramped. Like, my monsters in that game, like the barn would be like, let's say, from here up to where you are, go around there, and it might actually be smaller than that even, but I'm just like doing it to demonstrate the size. And the monsters just rush up at you, and if you got big monsters, you can't see where you're going in the barn when you're trying to pick up stuff that they dropped. It can be kind of annoying. What are you doing? And you know, brushing the monsters is a pain in the ass as well, because they're all just right up in your face and makes it hard to tell which one you've brushed and which one you haven't. You know, one thing I haven't got as much of, well, I do have, I have plenty of iron. And a decent amount of bronze as well. You know, minerals like silver and gold, while you can easily find, you know, stuff like that in gems, feels like I have less stock of those compared to other things. Like, I've had to upgrade my fridge a few times, and I've only had to, well, I've had to upgrade the storage box a few times to be fair. It's a shame you can't really up, it's like, I've gone maxed out, you know, inventory space for like what you can carry at any given time. It sucks because you just don't have room, man. It's like I gotta pick something up and then you get that annoying animation that indicates you can't put that. Well, I don't think it's the animation, it's more the sound effect, like beep. It's like you can't carry it, your inventory's full. It's so damn annoying. Especially if you're going through like a long dungeon. You want to pick up as much goods as you can. Now another thing, you know, as I said, Sinota, right? That freaking visual novel. That freaking visual novel. I recorded for a while back, parts 4, 5, 6, and 7, and my gosh, the way it escalates is insane. It kind of messed me up a bit for a few days. It was like, that is just such a fucked up visual novel. Like, I've been through all the Higurashi novels. Well, I say that, I mean, like the main Western arcs, and they can get pretty damn dark. You know, but it's nothing compared to the horrors of Sinota. Sinota holds nothing back. It's just like, this is gonna be a story about a man who's going completely insane because of his perception of the world has been fucked. And all he sees around him is like gore and shit. Then there's this one person who comes into his life that looks like a normal girl. And, well, when you think about it, if you see everything else like that, but this one person stands out as looking normal, you just know that, you know, things aren't quite as this. If you've read the novel yourself, you've probably noticed how messed up it gets. Probably more than me, because I still haven't completed it yet. I got the first ending, and I don't know how long it is between the other two endings, but I just know it's going to get more and more fun now. Another thing I've been doing is binge watching Manly Badass Heroes videos. I subscribed to his channel like maybe a decade ago when Let's Play Corpse Party back in the day. And for whatever reason, I never really got around to watching any of his other videos. But I've been binge watching them and I'm like, you certainly, I don't know, changed since back then. Because he has more to his commentary. It felt like when I originally came across his channel, he was a lot more minimalistic with his commentary. Like, didn't really comment quite as much. This is gonna be an uneventful part, isn't it? And with no friendship events on the horizon anytime soon. Indeed. You know, one other thing I'm not looking forward to is, like, it's, what's the time? 1835 would be about 6, I think, wouldn't it? Wait, wrong thing. Oh, wait, it goes. I'll be uploading, part 4 Digimon World Next Order later on in a few hours. And the reason I'm dreading that is because it's, you know, a finally advanced plot, and I hate how... Oh, god damn it, I saw that! How persistent I am when it comes to, you know, writing out detailed video descriptions to point out what happens in any given part of it, and Let's Play that I do. So it's a pain in the ass when it's, you know, a lot of plots. Tedious. Another thing, you know, Persona 3, I still haven't really decided. I mean, the 7th has come and gone. It's now the 11th of April. I mean, I could, well, no. It's like, I could, you know, have it on the 13th, but I haven't recorded for it, and I haven't recorded for the next 2 parts of Digimon World Next Order either, so I'm kind of thinking, put that on hold for now. It's gonna be kind of chaotic with the upload schedule if I add another Let's Play into the mix. I'd have to alter my schedule just to have it so that I can keep up with it, because it would just end up being like, oh yeah, where did I leave off with this Let's Play, because I haven't played it in like half a month. Because, you know, that's how long I can go between record sessions and Let's Play sometimes. I don't know, well, I say with, you know, Simon on the end channel as well. Don't really have to worry too much about that one falling behind on because I've only recorded 2 sessions for it so far. And then kind of far between each. But you know, don't think it'll be a case of like, oh, where did we last leave off? Like, no, it sticks to your memory. It's memorable. Not in a pleasant way, but it's memorable. It's like, oh yes, I remember where I last left off. Everything went to shit. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what? Oh, soybean. I was thinking, it's like, wait a minute, crops don't wither in this game. First time we've got soybeans. I don't think I ever grew any soybeans when I originally played the game, so it's probably the first time I've ever seen them. Gotta say though, then the crops takes a lot longer in this game. I guess because it was originally on the 3DS, Uneventful, that it kind of has that simplistic kind of look to it instead of, you know, scattered around like this. You just have, like, you know, individual squares where you plant them off. And you just harvest them right from there, you know, you just pick them up. Don't have to go all over the damn place to get everything done. Are we done here? Did you grow stuff immediately? No? Good. Daily routine in this game definitely takes a lot longer than it does in Uneventful. I keep making this comparison, but it's true. Didn't take nearly as long. Take like maybe well, not even a whole in-game hour, really. I've got 2 fields. This is gonna be tedious because all of these ones will have to be replanted. The time-consuming thing in Rune Factory 4 is tend to all the monsters and taking up everything that's wrong. And then, you know, managing your inventory because you run out of inventory space, you just can't pick them all up. I sell most of it anyway because, well, run out of storage space for one, and you know, some way of making it. I can't remember if I mentioned this, because maybe I discovered it after the session, or maybe I just didn't mention it. You can actually play the soundtrack of this game once you get through Act 2, you get an option to change the music to any of the other Rune Factory games. I switched it to the soundtrack for this game briefly, but then like, it just feels a bit odd, you know, going around and you got Bennett Islands and play. It's a bit surreal. This part is uneventful as all hell. Well, what does that even mean? Uneventful as all hell. How can hell be uneventful? You know what? I'll finish the rest of this off screen. It's just kind of dragging on. Man, that was tedious. As you can see from my HP. Ran out of RP quite a few times there. How does that keep happening? I didn't use that gate, but yeah, I come through the gate door portal to the house. I guess it's like, hey man, it's nearly midnight, you should get to bed already. You know, I just like, one thing I really like in Rune Factory 4 is, you know, you can just pick up an item and then just place it, or even throw the damn thing if you want, into the storage box. But here you gotta do everything manually. It's also tedious. I guess the soybean's gonna take up a slot. Oh well. I might as well make some more pickles. I now have, you know, plenty of pickles in, well, cooking position, say, so I can make pickles in Rune Factory 4 now, but I have no real reason to. Look how much RP do I actually have? This is ridiculous. Jesus Christ, no wonder why. Man, RP gets used up so quickly in this compared to Rune Factory 4. Look at that. I've been using dual blades for most of this, and it's only level 32. Ridiculous, and I'm only level 34 here. Meanwhile, Rune Factory 4, it's like, actually dual blades might be along those around that level, and that's a weapon I barely even use. Like I said at the start of this part, long sword in Rune Factory 4 is like level 90 something. Meanwhile, level-wise, I'm like 196, 197. That's insane. My RP is like a little over 2,000. HP, I can't quite remember, but it's much higher than the RP was. Ridiculous. As far as money goes, about the same, probably. I'm very rich in that game now, too. Trouble is that arsehole Dr. Jones keeps robbing me of all my money anytime I get knocked out. He's a piece of shit. And he just ups the price every time. Someone has a birthday today.
Good morning.
It's Gerard. Well, I know he likes a good drink, so let's see what to make. Well, that could work. Let's see what we do with it. Oh yeah, in Rune Factory 4, vegetable juice is also kind of a high level thing as well. Even soda I don't think is even in the game, unless I just don't have the recipe for it yet. So like, that's probably why I end up like, Clarka ended up being the highest level, because like, anytime she'd actually, you know, do her morning call where she'd wake you up to greet you, it's like, good morning, because that's how it started the game, because I picked the main character instead of the female. So I imagine if you picked the female character, your default butler would probably be Missional. He'd probably do that instead. You can change it, but whatever. But anyways, each time she's there, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go in the kitchen, make some butter, so that I can make some apple pie. Because she likes apple pie. So that was probably what boosted her relationship so much. Ooh, that was close. Rainy day, huh? I just have to fill in the song because it's no longer, you know, stuck in our body. Which is a weird thing to say out of context.
Good morning. The day is full of promise, isn't it?
I'm so fond of the rain. Can't you hear music hear a music in the sound of falling drops. What? The sound puts my heart at ease. Well, that's new dialogue at the very least. Should really make some more of the strawberry jam. In fact, I should probably look into something that can recover more RP in this piece. Ridiculous.
Oh, this looks delicious. I'll have to eat it later.
Now, what I also find funny is, in this game, I'm going to marry a det. And, you know, potentially, you know, on a different save file, marry all characters as well. But I find it funny because, you know, det has purple hair. Lorica in Rune 34, purple hair. I don't know, man. Why is it always purple hair?
Good morning. Let's do our best today.
This staff seems like a nice one. You've said that so many times. Get some new dialogue.
Did you make me this?
You're so talented.
Was it? I can't remember. Was it risotto or something like that? That was her favorite, or was it someone else? Like, there's my cooking skill in Rune Factory 4, much like all the other skills, significantly higher in this game, level 80 something. Risotto is not really that hard to make with my current level. It's like I've also got the curry kind of able to make various curry dishes as well, which I definitely would not be able to in this game right now, that's for sure. And one thing I've just now realized, don't have the carpentry skill in Rune Factory 4. You can buy furniture, it's completely pointless. Just takes up space in your little castle rooms. That is when you actually upgrade to have more than one room, that is. So like currently I've just got a table and 2 little chairs. That's the only furniture I bought. What voices? Minotaurs. You can do orcs, surely. Finding our sea Gerards. Let me guess. Of course. Not really a problem in Rune Factory 4 with that. Rune Factory 4 doesn't matter what hour. Well, actually it does. For the shops at least. If I recall. I can't remember actually. I'm trying. Have I said that? Whatever.
You have not neglected your morning audience with me. Excellent.
But you could definitely, like, oh, well, I suppose that's a thing here as well, so never mind. Forget what you said. Are you excited by the approach of a storm? Come quickly, O storm. But yeah, I think it might be more or less the same as this game, so yeah, forget I even mentioned that. It's about the same probably. Wait, what? Oh, I got 2 free juice. Why did I make that? That again is the problem with these Let's Plays. Is there such a delay? Well, you know, between record sessions, there's a significant amount of time passes. I forget stuff that I did in the previous record session results. You know what? I haven't seen Ultimate Curry, but the image for the curry there kind of looks like one of the other curry dishes in the Factory 4. It's definitely not called Ultimate Curry though.
Jewels possess magic. I will take possession of this one.
Now this actually, you know, makes more sense, doesn't it? Giving gifts, because now their
good morning.
Relationship is gonna go higher.
Why, good morning. I do hope you'll have a good day.
I'd like to get you to go defeat 5 more orcs. I'll give you a pepper promise.
Morning!
Don't get yourself hurt. It's the rainy days that make you appreciate the sunny ones. They don't really acknowledge their birthday instantly. In Rune Factory 4, they only get like one dialogue a day. But at least, you know, if it's a birthday, they will acknowledge it, and whatever you give them, they will acknowledge it as a birthday gift. This game, not quite the same.
Oh my, this looks quite tasty.
And yes. Yep, you didn't even acknowledge it's a birthday present. Nah. But he likes flowers as well. I just remembered, so that could work.
Oh my, how kind of you to remember my birthday.
Good morning!
Is my name cute?
Good morning. Good morning.
Didn't realize your name was cute, Quinn. I wonder when Lana's letter will come. Oh, that's a pen pal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my pen pal. That's flowers and stuffed animals. She's also really cute. Must be nice.
Good morning.
Eddie, seems weird to hear her not say, "Oh, good morning, you two." Wish the rain would stop. I don't think I've got anything to give you, have I? No wool, I'm afraid. No fleece.
Oh, morning.
Bathhouses belong to Lady Beatrix. She opened it to the public. That happened a long time ago. Speaking of the bathhouse, it's like I've upgraded the bathhouse in, well, not really much of an upgrade, but in Factory 4, because you have to pay after a certain point. So you can use it multiple times a day, but the price goes up each time you use it. It'll start like 300, second bath a day, 500. But I've nationalized the baths, so I don't have to pay anything for the baths, so that's nice. But I've hardly really used them quite as much as I would have thought I would. Because I can just be like, oh, I need RP. Well, I can just make something real quick, eat it, RP, right back there.
Can I really have this? I won't give it back to you, even if you ask for it, you know.
Good morning. I wonder what we'll be having for lunch. It's so fun to think about.
I'm getting hungry. If the patter ever happens to be too full, you consider these a little my way again, I do. You know what? You can have one of the pickles I made. I can make more. I've always got a supply. This pickles looks delicious. I'd be happy for that. This part, thoroughly uneventful. Like once I've talked to everyone after this part problem. Not the most eventful parts. There's a number of parts in this Let's Play that are like that.
Morning there. How you feeling?
A while ago I gave James a Jack in the Box for birthday. But he wasn't surprised at all. He seemed pretty flaky there. He's actually got guts.
Hey,
Wrong thing.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? That's how young folk ought to be.
Like, did you say wrong thing? You saying I'm a thing? I'm a human being, son of a bitch. I'm all out of booze. Go buy me something. Yeah. Know yourself, Goblins tend to drop a wine a lot in Rune Factory, I've noticed. Well, certainly. Well, orcs, I should say. Not goblins. They sell for a decent price as well. Now the question is, and the question has, wait. Oh, didn't even notice she'd gone to the bathhouse. I suppose I'll wait. I mean, that's what I was gonna be doing anyway, because, you know, shops close until 9. How come everyone else gets an umbrella but we don't? Have I mentioned that in Rune Factory 4 when it starts to rain? The townfolk will just like immediately run to the nearest building or, you know, take shelter under stuff like that. It's kind of neat.
Good morning. Today's turning out to be a good day.
I don't really like the rain, but it makes the flowers happy. The flowers, I like the sun and the rain. I mean, rain sucks when you're out in it. Depending how you feel. Sometimes it can be, you know, it's like, wash away this bad mood, or it's like, just kind of like, I don't know, you feel like you're in a movie in a sad scene. It's like, it's all dramatic. I don't know. Rain can feel nice, but you know, if you're out in the rain and you're trying to get somewhere or whatever, just out in the rain generally, like, bloody freaking freezing and all soaked, and it's annoying. You know, another positive of rain is when you're not outside, you're just lying down or sitting down next to a window, perhaps it's pouring rain, and you can hear it, and it's like, that's relaxing. Unless you're out in it, then you're like, this is anything but relaxing. It's starting to hail as well. Hail sucks. I remember one time I was like walking in and it started hailing, you know, hailstones.
Thank you very much. I love this.
And you know, the wind will, you know, point which direction it'll end up going, and it was right into my face in the general direction I was walking. It was quite annoying and mildly painful. Oh, come on, you lazy bastards. These Sierra's out somewhere. Probably walked God knows where. I was just, I was like, wait a minute, are you related to, oh no, not Elsa, not Liza. It's a sort of character in Factory 4. That's basically the equivalent of the bulletin board, except it's kind of sentient and talks to you, but nobody really acknowledges it as being a thing that can talk, except for this one character, Dolce, and her ghost companion who annoys the shit out of her. Those are the only two characters that acknowledge that. Aside that, there's stories around here somewhere. It's like right there. How many times you've come to this island? Surely you know this all by now. It's not exactly like the biggest place in the world, is it? How did she get that? Well, actually, that kind of makes sense. It's right down here, isn't it? If you're trying to go to the store, this is the wrong way.
Morning! It's gonna be a fun day.
That's not the line, Sierra. Look, stars, Nadine. I'll wait for you. Could be in trouble. Whatever the hell that's supposed to imply. You never know what you may find lying on your floor. Isn't it fun to imagine what got sunk down there? Yep, they're just like, no, we ain't moving. Rainy day, no thank you. You may have umbrellas, but it doesn't make it any more clean to go out there.
You seem to be doing well today.
My brother's birthday coming up soon. Maybe I can just give him some leftover gold bars. Have some iron.
Whoa! I've been wanting this! Thanks! You're a lifesaver!
Isn't it weird though, we're in the post game and you can really feel it, can't you? It's like it's become even more uneventful than it ever was. Because now we just gotta wait for friendship events. That's the only real interesting thing. I mean, there are a few other things, but not gonna see them for a while either.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Like Colosseum stuff, you know. I forget when that even comes into play. There should probably be a side quest that points you this general direction, but I can't remember. Those brown glasses on there. Oh yes, you're always so stylish, Dean. Always wearing those glasses for the entire game, almost the entire game, because I can't make anything better than these glasses. At least not currently. As always, I'll wait.
Good morning. Let's have a great day.
You finally left the inn. How's your job at the bar going? It's a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying work because it's, I don't know, I'm doing it in my own way.
Good morning. What are you selling?
I don't think you can bargain in Rune Factory at all. At least not that I've noticed. Kind of ruins the funny number, but
Thank
hey.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh boy, you're gonna... No, actually, no. It's like, don't need to sell those right now. Don't want to bankrupt the general store.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I feel like I've already done that before, you know? Imagine if that was an actual thing.
Thank you so much.
Bankrupt the general store by selling them too much stuff.
Thank you so much.
Just by, well, I guess I can't get any monster cookies anymore, I suppose.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, and this.
Thank you so much. What will it be? I'll send it to your monster
I guess
shed.
the monster cookie equivalent in Eventful would be fodder, I guess. That's some scarf you have on. I like accessories like that. So I would have lost some out of the big. Got her left. No. You haven't even left your room.
Good morning. I'm pleased to see you looking well.
This is a way to face your blade and refine your inner self. By doing that all day. Or at least all morning. What are you doing? It's like, well, I got nothing better to do. I ain't going out in the rain. Might rust my sauce. I'll leave for this part, so you'll see you next time. See you next time.